Hey guys, welcome to this week's video. Today we are going to the swamps of Louisiana, South Louisiana, and we are going to do a little bit of camping and then try to get some photography in the morning. I got my son with me. He probably won't say nothing because he's camera shy, but let's go.
It's gonna be real good.
So a lot of people that do photography videos make a nice fancy meal over the fire. We got Chick-fil-A.
Oh, real nice.
Oh no. Well, good morning. Didn't do much filming last night because we got to the spot that we were going to after dark, and as you can imagine, here in the swamps of Louisiana, the bugs were horrible, so bad we couldn't film, couldn't do anything. It was all we could do to get a tent set up and get our stuff inside the tent, while fighting off the mosquitoes and roaches and horseflies and even some type of dragonfly that was flying around. So we got that set up and maybe got 3 hours of sleep. So sun's coming up just over the horizon. It's not coming up, but you can see. I think it should be coming up in about 35 to 40 minutes. I'll show you quickly our little setup we had last night. So we parked the car. Sorry, I'm using my flashlight because it's so dark out here. Parked the car out here. And we set up a little tent over here. Where my son is still in there, refusing to wake up. Yeah. And in the middle of the night we had, I guess, some kind of game warden, somebody who patrols this area, come through and shine lights all through the woods and through our tent. But he didn't wake us up. He let us sleep, because I don't think we're really supposed to be camping here. But he let us sleep, and he drove away, and we went back to sleep. And then a few hours later, at best, the alarm went off. So yeah, again, we didn't get much sleep last night, but we're gonna try to get our stuff packed up, and I'll bring y'all back when we get on the trail and see if we can find something to shoot this morning. So every photographer has to start off with a good breakfast for all the hiking that you're going to do. So this morning we have whatever these are.
Thumbprint cookies.
Mm-hmm.
I can read that.
Thumbprint cookies. Very good. Of course, no breakfast will be complete without a monster. Man, these are good. So we just got started on this trail. We're on a little boardwalk that goes through this little pine forest. And I think it leads out to this little marshy area with hopefully some cypress trees. Maybe we can get I can get a shot of that.
Oh, real pretty.
Yeah. See in the background, I got the sun coming up over there.
Give me a real picture. Alright. Oh,
Yeah, get that professional picture on that iPhone. Come on, hurry up. I'm waiting on you.
go away. Mister, I got...
Alright, so anyway, we'll take a little walk down here. It's I've never been here before, but it's a pretty place. It's got, the boardwalk's probably, I don't know, 2-3 feet off the ground. Got a bunch of flowers everywhere and these pine trees kind of scattered through here. And in the distance you can see the little marsh area, but I'll bring y'all back, I guess, when I get over there, because I can't show you from way over here. Alright, so I've got my first little scene set up here. I set my tripod up really high and was looking down onto the subject here, and then I remembered that one of the things I try to do often in photography is, instead of just putting my tripod up where I think it needs to be and putting the camera on it, zooming in, and then picking the tripod up and moving it around to try to find the best composition for that subject, just take your camera down. I took my camera off the tripod, moved it around till I found exactly where I wanted the level of my camera, the height and the position of it, and what works best for the light in this situation. And so I got down lower and then put my tripod lower and realized it works so much better there versus all the way up, because of the way the light is coming down and hitting this flower. I'll turn you around. I basically got turn my camera on. The sun's kind of bright. Not sure if you can see that. It's basically a flower on one of these, a lily, I guess. It's one of these flowers on the lily pads. Kind of hard to see. The sun is just behind me there, so it's making it hard to see. So I've got it set up. I got my camera set up on ISO 100 f5.6. That should give me plenty of sharpness just for the flower. That's all I really want, sharp. The rest can fade in the distance, fade in the background. Don't really care about the lily pads or the grass to be sharp, just the flower. So f5.6 should be good for that. So I know it's kind of hard to see because, like I said, the sun is directly behind us, so you can see my reflection in my LCD screen right there. But I've got it, even though I don't want this picture, I don't really want it this wide. I always zoom out just a little bit instead of being real tight in on the subject. I always zoom out just a little bit. That gives you a little bit of play when you're cropping in post. So if you want to crop a little bit on your edges, you can, but if you zoom in and you wish you would have taken a wider shot, you can't ever get that back. But if you zoom out just a little bit, that'll give you plenty of room to crop in if you need it. So, but here's the first subject. We're We'll zoom on in. I'm going to darken exposure down just a little bit. That way you can see a little more details in the shadows. I'll put a 10-second timer on that and we'll see how it looks. So the deer flies are out. I guess you'd call these deer flies. There's one on my camera. I have a net. My son does not. That's the problem. If you go to Louisiana, especially in the summertime, you're going to deal with bugs, flies of every kind you can imagine. And they're relentless. They're everywhere, and they don't go away. No matter how much you swat them, no matter how much off you put on, it does no good. You either have to be in a net like this, and then they still land all over your face. They just can't get to you. Go away. So, anyway. Come to Louisiana. Be prepared for bugs. So that pretty much does it for this location. I thought there would be, it was a really nice place, beautiful when the sun came up, but there just wasn't the cypress trees that I was hoping for to photograph. There really wasn't that much water either, and the deer flies were horrendous. So we're going to pack our stuff up in the car and see if we can find somewhere else to go. And if we do, I'll bring you back later on. All right, y'all, I hope you can hear me. I'm just off the side of a highway. We are, the last location I was at, the trail was horrible. Literally every 5 feet there is a huge, and I say huge, huge spiders across the trail. Me and my son had to get a stick and basically dodge spiders for half a mile, so we turned around and left. It was so bad. We almost stepped on a snake too, so we get out of there. So no photos from that location. We're at the last place now. I think it's called Joyce Wildlife Management Area. Just a little bit, I believe, north maybe of Lake Pontchartrain. All these big trucks are loading their boats up and leaving, so that's the noise you hear. So anyway, we're going to go down this trail and see if we can see. This is our last stop. Hopefully I can get more a picture of something, because as far as I know, I think I only got a couple from early this morning. So it's just been kind of hit or miss today. So we'll see what we can get. I'll bring you back when we get on the trail. Holy crap. We were about 20 seconds away from crossing that. It didn't blow its horn until it got right there. Right there. All right, let's begin the nature trail. Oh, that thing is moving. I guess it was an Amtrak. All right, let's go. All right, so we're on the boardwalk now. This trail is so much better than the last one we were on. The last one had, like I said earlier, spiders that were the size of your fist, your hand, snakes, and it didn't look like it was going anywhere, so we left that place. So this place is pretty cool. Hopefully I can find something to photograph here, maybe some cypress trees. So we'll see. What are you doing?
Are you recording me?
Yeah, I'm recording you.
Way.
You're in the middle of the boardwalk, wearing jeans when it's 95 degrees outside.
Look at yourself.
And cowboy boots. All right, so we've made it to the end of the boardwalk. The end was just over there, just past my son, who's laying down because he's tired. So we just got to the end. We turned around walking back, and I saw this scene here. It's got the boardwalk. It kind of flows through the trees. Got some pine trees and a few cypress scattered in there too. I thought it was a nice little scene. I'll try to turn you around and show you what I'm talking about. As you can see, just right there's all my gear, but it kind of winds through the trees and goes back that way. Here's what it looks like on the camera. Kind of brighten that up where you can see it, if you can see it. Anyway, but if it turns out to be, a decent shot, I'll put it on the screen now. All right, y'all. I thought I'd get your attention. That's it for today for this video. Wasn't as productive as I would hope for as far as photography. You on these kind of trips, you can only go off what you find when you research on these apps, and sometimes they make it out like it's got all these wonderful trees and this and that, but you get there and you wind up discovering it's not all what it's cracked up to be. So we got a few shots, nothing grand, nothing that I would want to print, but we had a good time. I had a good time. My son was just there to carry my gear for me. But it's hot. I think it's 95 out today. Sweating like crazy. Yeah. Anything you want to say, Kyler?
Until next Sunday. Bye.
Yeah, he's probably not going to be on the next one with me because all he's basically helps me carry all my gear. He likes going and checking out old abandoned places and taking pictures. As far as landscape, nature, wildlife photography, he has no desire for that. So, plus when you add in the summer heat here in the South, it's pretty miserable. So anyway, with that being said, we'll go ahead and cut the video off now. I would like to thank today's sponsor of this video, which is Hunter McDowell Photography. That's myself, because I'm not sponsored. This will be my first video ever on YouTube, and I hope to have many more. Hopefully when it cools down a little bit more in the fall, we'll have a lot better videos, but this is just a trial run to see how it goes and see if I like it and want to do more. So if you like it, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. If you got any questions about where I was in any of this, where I took any photos, any questions about my gear, anything at all, just leave a comment and I'll try to get back with you. Until next time, see y'all later.